Okay, so today we'll see how to define structures in the program level and how to define work areas and variables. Okay, by passing some sample data inside the program so that we can understand how to work with work areas and variables in the programs. Okay, so these variables, work areas and internal tables, right? These are going to be part of your every program or every object. So I can say without using a variable, work area or an internal table, we cannot write any program. Okay, there might be some alternatives for these objects, but without using these data objects, we cannot write any object or any program. Okay, so please concentrate on these concepts. You have to understand the basics of work areas, variables and internal tables. In every program we are going to use this. Create this program. Save the program. For now I am using local object, and you know what is local object. It's a local package. So here I'll provide some details of the program. Okay, now so to define a work area or internal table, what is required? What is required for us to define a work area or internal table? A table name or
Structure.
structure name for reference.
Structure.
If it is a variable, we can define with the help of one data type, right? Because it's a single field, single value. Since it's a work area, if you take a single value reference, it will again work as a variable, right? Not work area. Here you have to take a group of fields, right? In work area, for work area or variable, we have to take a group of fields. Maybe that group of fields may contain single field or more than one field. Okay, clear?
Okay, sir.
First we have to define those group of fields. So what is the object we use here? Type structure. Okay, so to define a work area or variable, which one we use? Type structure. So what is a type structure? So it's a local structure defined in the program level. Okay, using the type structure, we can define work areas or internal tables. Okay, right? We group fields using this type structure in the program level, and we use those type structure to define variables and work areas. What is the keyword to define a type structure? Types. Types begin of, and the type structure name, comma, field 1, type, data type, comma, field 2, field 3, field n. Okay. Then end of type structure name. Okay. So what do we call this? What do we call this object? A type structure. What can you see here? We created a type structure with group of fields, right? Correct? Then using this type structure, we are going to define work area or internal table. How to define a work area or internal table? What is the statement we use to define a work area or variable? Are you guys are there? What is the statement we use?
Data,
Data
data,
statement. Yeah,
data.
data. If it is a work area, we'll follow
Work
some naming convention. In some projects, they advise to use WA underscore work area name. In other projects, they use GS underscore. GS means global structure. LS means local structure. GS or LS. Okay. So mostly in recent times, mostly people are using LS underscore. Or for now, for your understanding, we'll follow WA only. Going forward, we'll follow proper naming conventions. So WA means work area. Okay. WA underscore will give some name, data,
name,
some data. Okay. Because we are not sure what is this data. So WA underscore data, type,
type,
what we need to use.
standard, standard table.
No, still,
Data element.
if you take data element, then it will work as a variable, right? Observe here, or just read this, read this,
Type structure
read
name.
this.
Type structure
Yeah,
name.
everyone please read this.
Name of the type structure.
So type structure, we defined a type structure. What is the need of type structure? We wanted to define work area or internal table with reference to this type structure. Okay, which is this type structure is local to the program. Okay, provide type structure name. Type structure name, whatever the name you provided here, right? You have to provide that name here. Okay, then whatever the fields part of this type structure that's going to be available in work area. All these fields will be available in work area as a single record. Clear? For example, I'll use some dots here. What is the meaning of dots? So that you can add more fields, depends on your requirement. Okay. Now, if I define a work area with this reference, I can see field 1, field 2, field 3 as a single record in this work area. Okay. Now, how to define an internal table? Data. We'll assign some name. We'll use IT. IT means internal table. In projects, we may follow different naming conventions like GT, global table, LT, local table. Okay. For now, we use IT. IT means internal table. IT underscore data type
Standard table of
standard table of or table of. Okay. I'll explain like there are three different types of internal tables. We'll see that in the next sessions. Okay. For now, just concentrate how to define work areas and internal tables. Type table of or standard table of. This is how we define the internal table using type standard table of. But if it is a work area, we just use a type. Okay. If we use type standard table of, this object is going to be work as an internal table which can accept multiple records. Clear? Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's go to the program. First, define a type structure. For example, we are going to deal with some employee data. So we'll create a type structure for employee data record. Okay. So type structure is a local type or local table for the program. Types. Tell me the syntax.
Begin of
Begin of. We'll provide some name. We'll follow. Here also we should follow some naming convention. For example, ty. Ty means type structure. Ty underscore emp data. Okay. Tell me the fields. What is the mandatory fields for any employee data?
number,
Employee number is mandatory. Employee ID, type. Tell me the data type. What is the type we can take for employee ID?
if it is a number, we can take an
Mostly we'll take in some companies it will be combination of
with
character
characters.
data and numbers. What is the length? We'll take 10 as a maximum length allowed. Okay. Comma. EMP name. What is the length? We'll take maximum length as 40. Type. What is the type? What is a suitable data type for
String,
name? Character. Okay. And employee ID, employee name, and we'll take city also. For this, we'll take 30. Phone. Tell me the suitable data type for phone number.
return sir.
Sorry, which one?
10.
10,
Length is 10.
type 10,
Type, which one?
number,
Yeah,
number,
number. Yes. DOJ. DOJ means
date of
date
joining,
of join.
Type N.
Type, Which one?
N.
N means number, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What is
Date.
DOJ? Date, right? Date of join.
D.
D. We have to use D. Okay. TOJ, it doesn't make any sense taking time of join, but we'll just take. Hmm. What is the type we have to use?
Time.
T. Okay. These are enough, I think. TY underscore employee data. End of TY underscore employee data. All should be separated with comma. Let's check the syntax. So no syntax errors. So our type structure is completed. Okay. Now what is the next step?
Internal.
Define a work area
Work
and
area and
internal
internal
table.
table.
Internal.
So the statement what we use, data WA underscore emp data type. What is the
TY
type we have to use?
underscore.
TY underscore employee
TY
data.
Underscore
underscore
employee data.
data.
Now a memory will
Internal.
create
Is
an
allocated.
application program with all these fields. Okay, which can accept as a single record with all the fields. Okay. Now how that work area will look like? Yeah. So this is the work area structure which will be created. Okay. So it can hold a single record. Now we'll define one internal table also. IT underscore emp data type
Type
standard
table
table
of
of
TY underscore employee.
TY underscore employee data. Now this IT underscore emp we can use it as an internal table and it can hold more than one records. Okay. But work area can hold always one single record. But internal table can handle multiple records. Okay. Now, so we defined one work area and one internal table. Do we have any data in it? Do we have any data, or is this work area and internal table are empty? Or did we pass any data to work area or internal table?
No.
No,
No, sir.
we did not pass any data. These are empty. So how to pass data? We can pass data to work areas and internal tables in multiple ways. We can use some data selection from database tables, and we can populate these work areas and internal tables. And also we can populate manually in the program level. I'll show you how to populate values manually in the program level for now, and going forward we'll be working on database tables, selecting data from database tables to populate internal tables and work areas. Now, how to populate uh, value to a variable? In the previous example, we have seen how to populate a value to the variable. Tell me. No idea.
Array underscore name is equal to single quotes, some name.
Like this, right? We are populating values to the variables. Yes or no?
We have to define.
If you are not clear, please let me know.
Sir, employee name is equal to.
How are we passing the value to the variable? This is a variable, right? Result is a variable. So we can pass some hard coded value, or we can pass the calculations like this, right? Equal to variable equal to value, right?
Yes, sir.
Now we'll see how to populate values to the work area. Can we pass it like this? WA underscore emp data equal to some employee ID. Can we pass it like this
No,
to the work area?
no, sir.
Yes.
Okay, if you pass the value like this, what is this 100? What is this 100? For example, uh, let's assume
Yeah.
it as an employee ID. I'm passing employee
Yeah.
ID to the work area like this. Is it going to allow?
No.
I know it is a ID, but how can that work area know? Whatever you are passing is a employee ID or phone number or name. How can it know? So we cannot directly pass it like this. How to pass values or how to populate work area data? Using hyphen, work area hyphen, and
Employee ID.
field name.
Field name.
Now in single quotes, for example, some ID. Next, what is the next field we have in work area? Employee name.
Employee name.
What is the next field?
City.
So we have to specify what is the field you are populating. What is the, okay, the value which you are populating, like what is the field for corresponding field of that value? You have to specify that. Okay. City, next phone number. Mm, Tell me how to populate phone number. Do we need to use single quotes?
No.
No, you can just populate like this. typing some random numbers. Okay. Next field is DOJ, right? Date of join. Now tell me how to pass the date. How to pass the date? Tell me the value. What I need to enter.
Here none. Found.
YYYYMM
Hmm. DD.
date.
In SAP internal date format, we have to pass. Okay. We should not use external format with separators. Today's date is 28th, right? 2022 11 28. Okay. Correct. Next one is time of join, right? Nobody will use time of join are the employee usually, but again, so what is the time format? HH, MM,
H
MM.
SS,
SS.
seconds. Okay. For example, now time is 7:52, that is 07:52 minutes and some seconds, 30 seconds maybe. Okay. Here, check the syntax, activate. Now I have one record. Now I have populated one record into work area. Correct. Now can I see any output if I execute the program? What will happen if I execute the program?
no sir.
What is it? Yeah.
No
What will
data.
happen? Tell me, like what will happen when I execute the program?
No data found. Okay.
Sorry, what is it?
No data found there because of right
We are not using write. Okay, then
yes,
it won't display any output.
yes.
We can't see any output screen. We can't see any output screen. Can we see? Can we see selection screen here? If I execute the program,
Sys-
if I execute the program, can we see a selection screen?
No.
No, sir.
No, because we are not using any parameters, right? We are
Yeah.
not using any input options. So we're not going to see the selection screen. And there is no output because we are not using any write statement to display the output. Then what will happen if I execute the program? So please observe the code. So if I execute the program, a type structure will be defined with corresponding work area and internal tables will be defined, and then a single record values will be populated to work area. That's it, right? If I execute the program, what will happen? A work area will be populated with values, and we are not using that work area anywhere. Okay. Now we'll try to use write statement to display the output from work area. Write statement can we use like this: emp data. Can we display output like this? Check the syntax. No syntax errors found. Let's see how it will display the output. I'm using complete work area. I'm not specifying any individual fields.
What
Work
is
area
it?
hyphen field names in write statements. Okay.
It displays one record, sir.
always use work area hyphen that field name to pass the value, so that you can specify what is the value and in which field it's related to. Okay. Taking time to activate. Just kill it and start again. So can we clear the data in a work area? How to clear the data inside a work area?
Using clear statement.
Yeah, using clear statement we can clear the data, work area data. For some reason it is taking time. So looks like that 2021 is not responding for some reason. Let me quickly create the same program in different server. Executable program, click on save, local object, and we'll define type structure, types, begin of ty underscore emp data, emp id, type, c, length 10. Can I use it like this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Type,
Type C, sir.
So type C.
yeah. can also use like this, or we'll just take phone number. Just to save some time. You can also define length like this, right? Type n doj, type d toj, type c, sorry, t. We'll also take salary. P decimals, we'll take 2 decimal places. End of ty underscore emp data. Okay. And then define a work area. Type emp data and define an internal table. Type standard table of ty underscore emp data. Okay. Now,
Sir, in work area also ty underscore emp data.
yeah. Okay. Now we have to pass data to the work area using, we have to specify the fields, individual fields using hyphen. Okay. What is the value you are passing? Hyphen, 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 hyphen. Employee ID equal to some employee ID, ID 100. Since it's a character type, I am using single quotes. Name of ID 100. This is my phone number. Anyway, I don't need to use single quotes. Oh my God, it just loaded the other program. Looks like it started working. Anyway, we'll continue with this only. Date of join 20, 22, 28, sorry 11, 28. This is date of join, right? This is the internal date format. Time 08, 04, some 40 seconds. And salary, pass some 10,000. Okay, we're not passing any decimal places. Then write wa underscore emp data. Check the syntax. What it is saying? In which line? Where is the error?
26.
Line number 26.
The
What
right
it is saying?
statement.
Cannot be converted to character like value. So I have provided complete work area here, but it is not able to generate the output for this work area. So what we need to do? We have to use work area hyphen field names, comma, like this. Okay. Now check the syntax. No syntax errors. So it cannot display the complete work area as an output. We have to specify the individual fields. Can I remove few fields which I don't want to display? For example, I don't want to display salary. Is it going to work?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Whatever the fields you want to display, just specify only those fields here. If you don't want to display any specific field of the work area, you can remove it from write statement. Okay. Value will be there in work area, but it won't display as a output. Okay. Check the syntax, activate the program and execute. So one record will be displayed like this. ID, name, phone number, date of join, time of join, salary. You can observe for salary, it's displaying in external format with comma separators and decimal places, 2 decimal places. And if you observe the date and time, can you tell me the format now? We are passing values in YYYYY right? Now it is displaying as date, month, year, automatically converted into external format. But separators are missing. For that we need to use data elements. Okay, I'll show you how to use that. But for now, please observe this format. It is automatically converted into external format, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll show you one alternative for write statement, that is CL demo output. This is a class. This is a class method, and I'll tell you like how we need to use it. WA underscore employee data. I'm commenting this write statement. Check the syntax. This is a class method. This is also we use to display the sample outputs. Again, we are not going to use in projects, but our practice purpose to display it as output, we can use this CL demo output. This arrow symbol display. Display is the method, and input is whatever the value you want to display. This might be a variable, work area, or internal table. Just mention that. So you don't need to understand this concept. Just remember this name. Just use it just to display your output. Now see, output will be displayed like this. Okay. If we use CL demo output, but both write statement are CL demo output just to display sample outputs. Clear? Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's comment it. So we populated all the fields of the work area, but if we want to display only few fields, remove those from the write statement. I'm removing the phone number, or I'll just comment it without removing. I'll just comment it and activate. So phone number is not displayed here. That doesn't mean that there is no value in the work area. Value is there, but we are not displaying it. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So which one is convenient to display the output? Write statement or CL demo output? You can use any of
CL demo, sir.
you can use any of these statements. Okay. Let me populate one more record to the work area. 101. 27th, 15,000. What I am doing here? I'm populating one more record to the work area, right? Employee ID 101. First I have populated employee ID 100 data as one record, and I am populating one more record here. That's a different employee to the same work area. Activate it and tell me what is the expected output.
2 records.
Okay, everyone. I'm asking everyone, like, what is the expected output? Tell me anything, whatever you understand, please tell me. Nothing wrong.
Demo area one.
So what is the output? What can you see in the output now?
Single, sir. Single output.
Single
Single
record,
employee
right?
ID.
Single
Yes.
record, only single record.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And which record you are going to see? You are saying we are going to it's going to display only single record, but here we are populating two different records, right? Which
Yes,
record
sir.
you are going to see in the output?
The record which we are commented.
Right statement is one employee ID.
Oh, forget about the right statement and all. Like, what is
We
the
get all
record?
the records in the work area, sir.
No. So I'm populating two record. First record is for employee ID 100. Second record is for employee ID 101. And what is the output? I'm going to see in the
We'll get both the records, sir.
both
2
the
records.
records.
2 records.
Okay, few of you have given a statement like we are going to display only one record, and few others are saying that we are going to display two records, right?
Yes. Yes.
If it is one record, what is that one record going to be displayed? That's my another question.
Employee ID.
First one is
ID
taken, sir.
100.
First
Employee
one.
name.
Okay.
10.
Okay. First one. Okay. Let's see. Let's execute. Which one it is showing?
First
Second.
record.
Second record.
01.
Second record. Just observe. It is very simple. See, what is the property of work area?
It contains only 1 record.
It can accept only one record, right?
On record.
So we defined the work area and we populated one record here. And then immediately what we are doing? We are
Sir,
overwriting.
populating one more rating.
We are overwriting the previous record values with the other record, right? Because work area can accept only one record and we have passed that value. We have already populated that value. Again, you are trying to populate one more record. What it will do? It will just overwrite the existing values with the new values because it cannot hold multiple records, right? There is only a place for one record, correct? There is only space for single record. But if you are trying to add two records, what it will do? It will remove the previous record and add the new record. That's it. Okay?
Okay.
That's why it is overwriting the previous record value. For example, what I'll do is I won't pass the phone number. I'm not passing the phone number for the second record. Okay? Now tell me what is the output? I'm not passing the phone number. So what is the
ID
expectation?
101.
ID 101 is
101. Name
the
of ID 101. With phone number of first employee.
What is the expected output? So employee ID, employee name. So if I don't pass the value for second record phone number, is it going to be a blank or is there any value in it? if I display the output?
First employee ID phone number. It means
Take the
Blank
above values.
or
Blank.
value?
Take the above values.
Just execute.
take the employee
What is the phone number it is displaying?
first employee.
First employee phone
first
number,
time.
because that value is not overwritten, right? That is still there. But is it a proper output?
No, sir.
Is it a
No, sir.
proper output? We are displaying employee ID 101, name of 101, date of join and everything related to 101, but the phone number is a different employee's phone number. It is in an incorrect record, right? It is not a correct record.
Yes, sir.
Why that is happening? What is the root cause of the issue? Phone number is optional. I may or may not pass the phone number. That is optional. That is not a mandatory input, or that is not a mandatory value. That's why I don't want to pass phone number for the second employee. But that doesn't mean that it should display some junk values, right? Or phone numbers of the other employees, right? How can you make sure?
We have to clear the first
Yes,
In type
before
structure,
going to populate the another record, what we need to do?
we have to clear the
Clear it and populate the new record. That's what we did in the previous sessions also, right? In arithmetic operations, we cleared the variable and populated the new values. If you observe the problem, right, what happens if you don't clear it? It may display invalid values which are already existed before. Okay, clear?
Yes.
That's why we should clear before using it. If you want to pass a new record or a new value, first we have to clear the existing values. Okay, is it showing any error? Is it showing any syntax error? It is working fine, right? Even if you don't clear, it won't show any errors, but the output will be wrong, correct? It won't show any syntax errors. That doesn't mean that your program is correct. Your program is syntactically correct, but it is displaying invalid output. For that reason, what you have to do? You have to clear. Okay, is everyone clear on that? Now check. Now what is the expected output? Tell me by observing this data.
It will display certain
blank space in phone number and the remaining outputs
Yeah,
are ID 101.
so there is no phone number. Phone number is empty, and the rest of the values of the employee 101. Correct? Is everyone able to understand? Is everyone able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if we want to remove entire phone number, we have to remove in type structure also.
Yes. You don't want the entire phone number, and you can remove it in the type structure. And remove here. Don't populate the data. Okay. Now let's work with the internal table. We have defined the internal table, but we are not using it. Let's see how to work with internal tables. What is the statement that is used to add records to the internal table? That is append. Append work area wa_emp data to which one?
IT
To
underscore
internal
EMP
table.
data.
Internal table.
Both are referring to the same type or not? Both work area and internal table. Both are referring to the same type structure or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Both are referring to
Yes,
the
sir.
same type structure, and both should contain same fields. The property is different. Work area can accept only single record, but internal table can accept multiple records. That is the only difference. But both are referring to the same type structure, right?
Sir.
So what I am doing here, how to add a record to the internal table? Can we add it directly? Can we add records to the internal table directly at once? What we need to do? Observe here. To add records to the internal table, what we need to use? We need to use a work area. Using a work area, we can add records to the internal table one by one. Clear? Observe here. This is to add the records to the internal table. First, we need to populate the work area, and then we can add that work area record to internal table using a append statement. We have different statements also. What is the property of append statement? Append statement will add one record at the end of the internal table, not at the top. What is the property of append statement? Append statement will add record of the work area to internal table at the end. Okay, clear? This is to add record to internal table. But how can you move internal table record to work area? There are already some records in internal table, and how can you move that internal table records to work area? Using a loop statement or read statement. But to add records to internal table, we can use append statement. Clear? Is everyone clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Now I am adding, how many records I am adding to the internal table?
3 records.
Yeah, to add internal table records, what I have to do? First, you have to populate the corresponding work area and use append statement. Append work area to internal table. It will add one record, second record, third record. Now tell me, if you see in the tabular format, which record will be in top and which record will be at the end? I'm saying append statement will add at the end, right? For each internal table.
Yes, sir.
So first 100 record will be added at the end. Second 101. Now 100 record will be at the top position and 101 is in the last position. Now 102. 102 will be in the last position now. Top record is 100 and last record is 102. Okay. Now let's see the output. What is the expected output?
Three records.
Please observe the code and tell me. Okay. Don't assume, but follow the code. Check the code and tell me what is the expected output. Tell me what is the expected output?
Single record only.
Single record.
No
Okay.
records,
No
sir.
record, sir. No record.
No records. Because we are passing here work area. We are not passing internal table here. That is the first reason. What is the second reason? At least it should display one record, right?
Last one
But we are
clear.
clearing here. That's why it is not displaying anything. If you don't clear it here, let's say if you don't clear it here, I commented it.
It will display employee
Now
only.
it will display the last record.
Last.
Okay. Let's replace work area with the internal table, IT. Now check the output. Now we have three records. Okay. We're able to display the entire internal table output using CL demo output, but we cannot display like this when we are using write statement. What we need to use to display internal table records? Write statement can display, or can we use it like this? IT. If we want to use write statement, can we use it like this to display the internal table records as a output? Check the syntax. IT underscore EMP data is a table without header and therefore doesn't have a component employed. It is not accepting internal tables in the write statements, right? It will accept only work area or variable. What we need to do? So what is the statement that we use to move internal table records to work area?
Loop.
Loop statement or read statement. What loop statement will do? To move internal table records into work area one by one. Loop will move all the records of the internal table to work area one by one. Read statement, it will move only one exact record of the internal table into work area. If you want only one single record, we use read statement. If you want to move all the records, we use loop statement. Okay. Loop. Which one we have to loop? Internal table, right?
Internal table.
IT underscore EMP data. Sorry, loop at. Please mute. There is some disturbance. Into W underscore EMP data end loop. Loop and end loop. In between loop and end loop, you have to write your code. Now tell me how many times this write statement will execute in this example. In this example, how many times that write statement will execute? How many records we have in the internal table now?
Three
Three
records.
records. Now this loop statement is going to be executed for 3 times. For 3 records, it will execute for 3 times. The write statement will execute 3 times. Whatever the code you are writing inside the loop statement, it will execute depends on the number of the records in the internal table. Okay, clear? There are 100 records in the internal table. Whatever the code you place between loop and end loop, right, it will execute for 100 times. Clear? Activate the code and execute. But it is displaying in the single line. We have to use slash, right? If you use slash, it will display each record in a separate line like this. Clear? Now let's keep a breakpoint and see how it is actually working. So This is the first executable line of the program, like starting from line number 19. The remaining statements are data declarations, right? Keep a breakpoint here and execute. First we'll see how the work area will look like. So this is the work area. Double click. Work area structure is this: employee ID, employee name, phone, date of join, time of join, and salary. Initially these are all empty, and we'll see how internal table will look like. If you observe here, this is the internal table, right? How many records we have in internal table now?
No records.
0. If you observe, this is the records count, 0. Now how many fields we have? 6 fields. Double click. So internal table is empty. How many fields we have? 6 fields. Okay. Now populate the values one by one. F5. I'm pressing F5. So I populated the work area. Double click. So this is the work area. I populated data to work area, and I am using append statement to add it to internal table. Now open the internal table. How many records we have in internal table now? The append statement is executed. How many records are there in the internal table now? 1 record. F5. The work area should be cleared now. Open the work area. No data in the work area. Now populating the second record and execute the append statement. Click on F5. Now I have 2 records in the internal table. Clear the work area and again populate the third record and append. How many records now? 3 records are there in the internal table. Clear the work area and now observe the loop statement. Now do we have any data in the work area? It is clear, right? Click on F5, press F5. Now there should be 1 record in the work area. First record is copied to work area, right? Then display the output using write statement. First record is displayed. Then observe the controller F5. Now again it goes back to the loop statement. Observe this tab X, SY tab X. What is this SY tab X? Why it is 1? SY tab X is the loop count. How many times the loop is executed? Now what is the SY tab X?
2.
2, because it is processing the second record now. Correct? If you observe this, what is the record? 101. Display the output using write statement. Again it will come back to the loop to process third record. What is the tab X now?
3.
3. Display the output. F5. Loop is completed. Okay. Whatever the code you are writing inside the loop and end loop, right? It will execute for multiple times. The count is depends on number of records in the internal table. Okay. We have 3 records in the internal table. That's why the loop statement is executed for 3 times. What is SY tab X?
Loop count.
SY tab X contains the loop count. How many times the loop is executed? Okay. Instead of date, you can use like this system variable sy-datum,
Date. Side data.
current date. Okay. Or you can also use like this sy-datum minus 10. What is this? Current date minus 10 days. That is 17th or 16th, maybe
18th.
18th. Current days current date minus 10 days. That date will be populated to date of join. You can also use current date plus 10 days plus future date. Okay, you can also use it like this. Check the syntax, activate. And execute. F8, I'm not debugging this. Click on F8 or remove the breakpoint and save it. Next time it won't trigger the breakpoint. So this is the output. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
And please observe one more thing. We are moving one by one to work area, right? Here in the loop statement from internal table to work area. So after processing data inside the work area, what we have to do? Clear.
Clear.
Okay, because we have displayed the output. There is no need of existing record in the work area. Clear it. Next time it will populate with new record. Otherwise, we'll be having issues like before. It is displaying some invalid values, right? If we don't clear it,
Yes, sir.
it will keep the previous value and display it. For example, just remember the second employee phone number, 77, right? Starting with 77, right? I'll comment it here. And I am removing the clear statement here. Now let's see how it will display the output. But observe, I am clearing the work area here. Before appending it to internal table, I am clearing the work area. Let's keep a breakpoint here at the loop statement. Double click on the internal table. It is already populated 3 records to the internal table. Double click. Do we have phone number for the second record?
No, sir. 0, 0.
No, it's 0. So it is populated correctly to the internal table. So what it is happening here? It is overwriting, right? It is not keeping the previous value. Anyway, it is overwriting records with the internal table value. It is not keeping the previous value and displaying it because the second record value is 0 only, right? When it is displayed in the output. So no issues identified here, but it is recommended to clear work area after using it. Okay.
Sir.
So always clear your work area or variable after using it at the end of the loop or before going to use it. Clear. Once you are done with the logic, and just clear it so that next time it will populate with a fresh record, second record. So what is the system variable to count the loop?
ITAB.
Yeah, SY tabix is the system variable to count the loop. For example, let's try to use it here. Write SY hyphen tabix. Now what is the expected output? Or just
3.
Three.
display, or I'll just use at the end of the statement itself. I'm using inside the loop itself. First time 1,
1, 2,
second
3.
time 2, third time 3. Okay. Loop site tabix value will be changed for each record. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll stop for today.